After he drank it, he's like, we have got to get ourselves a dairy cow now. Welcome back. Today is errand day. One of them being our very first farm co-op pickup. So I got to go to the drop today. We live in a very rural area, like country back roads, and the closest big city is about 40-ish miles away, so that's where we're headed. My mom also happens to live there too, so we're gonna go visit her and do a few other errands. So let's go. Okay, if you have followed me for any amount of time, you know that about a year ago I downgraded to a flip phone. So with that comes no GPS when I'm driving around. So if I don't know where I'm going, I've got to write down my directions. So I had no idea where this place was. And we've made it because I'm really good at directions. So anyways, I'm gonna go get my stuff. Yes.
Oh, they do have really.
Snake? Why does that say snake?
That's the name of the drop.
Oh, I don't like that.
To make sure they're A2.
Oh,
All right, will you hold on for me?
Ooh, look at the salmon.
Mason. What's this?
My maple syrup! I thought it was sweet tea for a second.
I know. Wait, syrup. Maple. Come on.
Look!
Here I have.
Look at my maple syrup!
All
A
right.
whole gallon.
You can go get back in there. All right. Next day, our first farm drop pickup was a success. This is our very first time, like our first time ever having raw milk in our home. So we're all a little bit excited about it. We ripped that thing open yesterday, one of our jugs of milk, and we were just trying it out for the first time, and we are all in love. And as my son drank his very first sip, after he drank it, he's like, we have got to get ourselves a dairy cow now. All right, I want to take you back about 5 years. 5 years ago, my husband and I began the process of just breaking away from arbitrary systems, educational systems, religious systems. Over time, that just really forced us, I guess more allowed us to begin questioning everything. And it led us in a path of questioning food systems, health systems. So that led us to, you can guess it, homesteading. Homesteading has been a journey over the last few years for us. We are first generation homesteaders. Everything that we are doing now, everything that we know, we've taught ourselves. And yeah, I would be lying if I said things did not get overwhelming at times, because things do get overwhelming. You're learning so much new information that you just didn't know, and it's just no, leave it. You're learning so much new information that your mind is just on information overload. At least mine can get that way. And it can also be really overwhelming when you try to do all of the homestead things at once. It just is not physically, mentally, and emotionally, it's just not possible to do everything all at once. You just can't. It takes knowledge, it takes time, it takes resources, like financial resources. Because with homesteading comes a lot of supplies that you typically would not have if you just aren't homesteading. And the reason that I am saying all this is because I've had to tell myself this: you do what you can. If that means right now all you can do is drink the organic milk from Walmart, that's what you do. And then when you're able to take that next step, whatever that may be, maybe it's a farm match like us, you take that next step and then begin to buy and consume raw milk. So yes, our goal for us has been to find a source to be able to buy raw milk, and that's what we're doing. And we will continue to do that periodically. That means in a month-to-month basis, we might be able to purchase a few gallons and then supplement still with the organic, just regular organic milk from Walmart, because raw milk is pricey. And then our next future goal, hopefully in the next year or two, as we attain more land, we will be able to purchase our own dairy cow and then be having just a non-stop overflowing abundance of raw milk. It's good to dream and it's good to have goals, but you can't think that you're going to get there overnight. So that means you have to be working on these goals. I'm speaking specifically to homesteading goals, but that can go for anything. You work in stages. Do not let your goals be so lofty that they're just unattainable and you feel defeated all the time. Take it one step at a time, one skill at a time. Grow one new food this season at a time. Add another animal to your homestead at a time. All right, let's go take a look at the things that I picked up at our very first farm drop. I'm just gonna let you see everything and give you a little glimpse into how I'm going to use some of these products that I got from this farm match. And this is our very small haul from our farm drop. I've already told you how excited we are to have raw milk for the very first time in our home, so I got a couple gallons of that. Everybody loves it. A2 raw milk. I also got a jar of cream, like the real deal cream. So far, I've had a couple cups of coffee with some cream in it, and that's amazing. I can also make some butter with this, but probably right now I'm just gonna enjoy it in coffee and other things. We'll see how that goes. This is probably not an item that I will get every farm drop because it is pricey and it's kind of a luxury for us right now. We have a whole gallon of organic maple syrup. I've told you before that we sweeten a lot of our stuff, so we consume so much maple syrup. This was a really good price compared to what we're getting non-organic at Walmart, so we will continue to do this and buy it in bulk. Very good find. I was a little disappointed just because I wanted to teach myself how to do this, so I thought I was getting the pork fat so that I could render it myself, but it's already in the lard form, which is fine. I just really wanted to do it myself for the very first time. So I will be using this in baking, cooking. It's a good butter substitute, just a great way to get in good organic quality animal fats into our system. Right here, I have bone marrow, so I got a couple of these. I'm going to try out making some soups using these bone marrow. Here we have, what do we have? Oh, beef bones. So I'm gonna take this and make some bone broth, beef bone broth out of that. We have so much chicken on hand around here, so we have chicken stock, bone broth galore, but we have never grown our own beef. So right now we're just sourcing it the best way that we can, and I'm going to make some bone beef broth out of that. Now we've been eating for years, we've been eating grass-fed beef. However, we've been getting that from like Aldi and Walmart, which has been fine. It's a good reasonable price, but I'm really excited to be able to find it at some farms where I know the animals are being raised exactly how I want them to be. The one thing about grass-fed, and my husband has said that he finds it to be a very gritty taste, so he doesn't really care for the stuff that we get at Aldi and Walmart. So I'm really anxious to see if this has the same type of gritty texture. I taste it a little too, but it doesn't bother me. So anyways, this is what we got at our very first farm drop. So we plan to continue to do this bi-weekly, and we'll just see what we learn through it. I left out these kefir grains when I showed you the farm haul. Whoops. So this is the first time I have used grains to make our own kefir. We typically buy already prepared kefir at the store. Now, if I'm pronouncing it wrong, I've always pronounced it KEFIR. However, I think the correct pronunciation is KEFIR. I don't know. Who cares? So as with anything, there's always a learning curve when teaching yourself a new skill. I took the approximate 1-ish tablespoons of grains that I got from the farm and I mixed them with about 1-ish cups of milk. You simply cover and set out on the shelf or counter and allow it to ferment for a day. The cultures in the grains have good bacteria and yeasts which ferment the milk. Now after the fermentation process, I should have given it a stir or shake, I think. This hopefully will give me a thicker consistency because this time mine was quite runny. Although still delicious. I'm always learning around here, guys. So I'm curious, do any of you eat kefir, make your own KEFIR, or whatever? All right, guys, until next week. Don't be afraid to keep things slow and simple.